Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 17, text number 36. Nunam janair ihitam ishvaranam asmat vidaistad gunasargamayaya na jnayate mohita chittavartmabis tebhyo namo virya yashaskarebhyah. Canto 4, Chapter 17, text 34. Savai bhavanatma vinirmitam jagat bhutendriyantaha karnatmakam vibho samstapayishyan ajabam rasatalad abhyujyaharam basa adishukaraha. My dear Lord, you are always unborn, once in the form of the original boar. You rescued me from the waters in the bottom of the universe. Through your own energy, you created all the physical elements and the senses and the heart for the maintenance of the world. Purport. This refers to the time when Lord Krishna appeared as the supreme boar Varaha and rescued the earth, which has been merged in the water. The Asura Hiranyaksha had dislocated the earth from its orbit, thrown it beneath the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. Then the Lord, in the shape of the original boar, rescued the earth. Text 35. Apam upaste mayina vyavastitaha prajabhavanadya rirakshishuhu kila saviramurtihi samabhudaradharo yo mam payasi ugrasharo jigamshasi. My dear Lord, in this way you once protected me by rescuing me from the water, and consequently your name has been famous as Adhara, who holds the planet Earth. Yet at the present moment, in the form of a great hero, you are about to kill me with the sharpened arrows. I am, however, just like a boat on the water, keeping everything afloat. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord is known as Dharadhara, meaning he who keeps the planet on his tusks as a boar incarnation. Thus the planet Earth in the shape of a cow is accounting the contradictory acts of the Lord. Although he once saved the earth, he now wants to upset the earth, which is like a boat on water. No one can understand the activities of the Lord. Due to a poor fund of knowledge, human beings sometimes think the Lord's activity is contradictory. Next verse we read, translation and purport. My dear Lord, I am also the creation of one of your energies, composed of 3 modes of material nature. Consequently, I am bewildered by your activities. Even the activities of your devotees cannot be understood. And what to speak of your pastimes? Thus everything appears to us to be contradictory and wonderful. Purport. The activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His various forms and incarnation are always uncommon and wonderful. It is not possible for a tiny human being to estimate the purpose and the plans of such activities. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami has said that unless the Lord's activities are accepted as inconceivable, they cannot be explained. The Lord is eternally existing as Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead in Goloka Vrindavana. He has also simultaneously expanded himself in innumerable forms, beginning with Lord Rama, Lord Narasimha, Lord Varaha, and all incarnations coming directly from Shankarshana. Shankarshana is the expansions of Baladeva, And Baladeva is the first manifestation of Krishna. Therefore, all these incarnations are known as Kala. The word Ishwaranam refers to all the personality of Godhead. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Ramadimutishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is confirmed that all incarnations or partial incarnations are Kala of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should not take the plural number of the word Ishwaranam to mean there are many Godheads. The fact is that God is one and He exists eternally and expands Himself in innumerable forms and acts in various ways. Sometimes a common man is bewildered by this and considers such activities contradictory. But they are not contradictory. There is a great plan behind all the Lord's activities. For our understanding, it is sometimes said that the Lord is situated in the heart of the thief as well as in the heart of the householder. But the super soul in the heart of thief dictates, go and steal things from that particular house. And at the same time, the Lord tells the householder, now be careful of thieves and burglars. These instructions to different persons appear contradictory. Yet we should know that the super soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has some plan, and he should not consider such activities contradictory. The best course is to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead wholeheartedly, and being protected by Him, remain peaceful. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 17th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Maharaj Prithu becomes angry at earth. So Mother Earth is bewildered by the fact that, O Lord, you, the very same person who saved me from drowning in the Garbhaka ocean, when Hiranyaksha dislocated me from the orbit and threw me beneath into the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. At that time you rescued me in the form of Varaha Avatara. But now in this Avatara, you are threatening to kill me. There you saved me, and here you are wanting to kill me. I cannot understand these contradictions. I cannot understand these contradictions. He says this not as something wrong, but as a very special, inconceivable quality of the Lord to often appear, one activity appearing contradictory to the other activity. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not under the control of anyone. Whatever He wishes is His supreme will, and He has His own reason or no reason. That is the absoluteness of His will. So, these things cannot be counted as normal contradictory activities. All activities of the Lord are absolute. Their absolute means they do not need any justification, obligatory justification. They do not require any mandatory following of any of the normal worldly dharmas. However, even though they appear contradictory, inconceivably they are all harmonious with each other. Inconceivably. That is another quality of the Lord, that being absolute, everything that He does is actually harmonious with everything else that He does. This kind of, God is a person, we are persons. These kind of inconceivable personal potencies are not possessed by the living entities, but this is a very special feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like it is mentioned that the Lord has unlimited forms, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam, but His form as Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. And His plenary portions, like Baladev or Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, all the Narayanas in Vaikunthas, millions and millions of them, billions of them, and Mahavishnu, Karnodakshaya Vishnu, who is in the material side of Viraja. Viraja is the boundary between the spiritual world and the material world. So Mahavishnu, the Lord, incarnates as Mahavishnu, lies on the Karanajvala. From His body, He breathes out unlimited Brahmandas. In each Brahmanda, Mahavishnu again expands. Each Brahmanda is half filled with water. And then that's called Garbhoka ocean. And there lies another expansion of Mahavishnu. It's called Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And from the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's lotus emanate, from his navel emanates a lotus, and on top of the lotus Brahma is born, and further he creates so many all other living entities, as a secondary creator, so many planetary systems. All these activities, each of these activities, and not only that, in each Brahmanda, there's a Sweta Dvipa, an island. Just like in each Brahmanda, so many planets are there. One island is called Sweta Dvipa. There, the Lord expands as Shirodakshaya Vishnu, resides there with Lakshmi. It is like the embassy of the spiritual world in each Brahmanda. So these inconceivable expansions of this one person called Krishna, Govindam Adipurisham, that is, as it is said here, Jiva Goswami says, though the Lord is a person, but His greatness, His opulences, His qualities, His power, all these things are inconceivable for a tiny mind. Inconceivable does not mean that we don't try to understand and glorify. The rasa is there in trying to understand and realizing it is inconceivable. Because it's not that nothing we cannot know. Living entity has got tiny capacities of comprehension, understanding, knowledge, intelligence. These are all personal characteristics of any person. Matter does not possess these qualities. So we as living entities also can understand little, but as we go we get bewildered. It appears contradictory. Or it is totally inconceivable for our tiny mind. How all these things the Lord is capable of doing. Just like when Krishna was in Dwaraka, at that time Brahma visited Krishna and he sent word through his doorkeeper. Please inform Krishna that Brahma has come. I want to meet him. So Krishna, the doorkeeper, came inside and Krishna told the doorkeeper, find out from that Brahma, which Brahma is he. So he comes out and wants clarification from Brahma. Krishna wants to know which Brahma you are. So the Brahma was bewildered. Chaturmukha Brahma was bewildered. I am the only Brahma. What are you saying? I am the only Brahma. Then he was allowed to go inside. The doorkeeper said it is Chaturmukha Brahma. And he went inside. Then Chaturmukha Brahma asked, I am surprised why you asked your doorman to find out which Brahma I am. So, the Supreme Lord Krishna showed very special mercy on him. And he gave him very special eyes, made him stand there and witness something very wonderful. One by one Krishna called 5-headed Brahma, 6-headed Brahma, 10-headed, 12-headed, like that. Each of them were coming and paying their obeisances. It is inconceivable, 5-headed. 5-headed is okay, you can conceive. 6-headed, 10-headed, you can conceive. Million-headed. It is said million-headed Brahma. That many heads on one body. Appeared there. And it is said all of them paid obeisances. Can you conceive million heads paying obeisances? How million heads will fit into a room? Huh? So that is why Brahma was given, Chaturmukha Brahma was given special eyes to see that. So he saw that and he was bewildered. This is all facts. That this is God, this is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarva Karana Karanam, cause of all causes. And he is the original source of all, of everything. Sarva Karana Karanam. So the Supreme Absolute Truth is a person. We are also persons. We are tiny persons. We can think, feel and will. If I have the qualities of thinking, feeling, willing, loving, doing, enjoying, and part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna has his infinite loving, infinite doing, infinite capacity of thinking, feeling, willing. Unlimited Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. How there is simultaneous oneness and different. Krishna is Narayana, Narayana is Rama, Rama is Narsimha. Krishna is everything, every one of his Advaitam, Achyutam, Advaitam. Anantarupam, Anadim. Each of them are Anadi. Krishna himself is Anadi, then each of the expansion that is coming from him are also Anadi. And innumerable living entities, tiny persons like us. So the ultimate purpose of total existence, because we may ask, what is the meaning of all these things? Why all these things? Why these universes? Why so many expansions? And that is answered in the Vedas. It is one person's enjoyment. But that one person is not the normal understanding of one person like us. That one person is Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anadi. There is oneness. At the same time there is uniqueness. Krishna is Krishna. Narayana is Narayana. Not difference in substance. They are all absolute truth. They are difference in varieties of rasas. Lord Rama is Krishna himself. Krishna is Rama himself. But infinite varieties is the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he does not mix these rasas. A unique rasa as Lord Rama, as Krishna, a unique rasa. Even as Krishna, in Vrindavan it's a unique rasa. In Mathura it's a unique rasa. Dwaraka it's a unique rasa. Within Vrindavan, as a child of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, it's a unique rasa. With the gopis it's a unique rasa. In Vrindavan itself, with the asuras, it's a different rasa. What is the rasa? The Lord as Narayana, within him he kills them. So as a baby Krishna, his Leela is perfect as a baby. Putana wanted to feed baby Krishna. Baby Krishna accepted. But his simultaneous Vishnu form, when Lord incarnates, all his other expansions of this material world, they're all there. That is called scheduled incarnations. Sucked her life out. So this is the... even though the Lord's pastimes are inconceivable, there's plenty for a living entity to eternally go on counting the uncountable, wonderful activities, pastimes of the Lord. Even each of our life in this material world is also a pastime of the Lord, of allowing us, each one of us. Very important to understand this, that Normally, if there is a big person and there are so many people who are his followers, then the big person access will be very limited. By default, we tend to think, so just like we think, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Where is my access? Right? Like that. Ordinary big material persons itself, I don't get access. If you want to meet the Prime Minister, you cannot. Now I am talking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not only of this earth, Supreme Personality of, not only of this Brahmanda, Supreme Personality of unlimited Brahmandas, where I have connection with him for unlimited Brahmandas. This is the truth that we have to understand, that's from the scriptures. You cannot estimate Lord's capacity of relationship according to our limited understanding. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. Krishna said that. Krishna is saying, I am seated in everybody's heart for a personal relationship with each one of us. Ye tamam prapadyante tam satya bhajamyaham. As you surrender, I reciprocate. So this is also another, imagine unlimited jivas in 84 lakh species, in unlimited, uncountable. With each of them, the Lord is seated in their heart. And is either relating with them as karmi or as devotees. Even as karmis, they cannot be karmis without the Lord's mercy, without His sanction. No living entity, devotee, non-devotee can do anything in this material world, can even have experience of this material body. Matasmitri jnanam apohanam cha. By this knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness, there are three aspects, consciousness aspects in our life. And that is made possible because Paramatma is seated in our heart. That is what he says, I am seated in everybody's heart. From me comes knowledge, remembrance. That Supreme Personality of Godhead, you can imagine this person. That is why it is said, with every person, everything, every atom, that Supreme Personality of Godhead is connected. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. All these secrets are revealed. Sutre mani ganava. Just like a pearl is strung in a thread. The entire existence is held by the Supreme Lord in its different form. That is, if I have to enjoy something, my enjoyment is limited in this form, in this rasa. But he is not like that. He is a creator also. He is a maintainer also, destroyer also of the material world. He is a Lord of Goloka, Lord of Vaikuntha, Lord of... So in all these things, one important thing that our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara emphasizes is, these are all various aspects of the Supreme Parantattva, absolute truth, Achintya. But the main purpose that Supreme Personality of Godhead seeks is love, absolute love. So Him being seated in our heart, as far as He is concerned, is a relationship of absolute love. When you reject that, then ye tamam prapadante tam sate bhajamiham. He sits as a neutral. And he has his elaborate arrangement of kala, time, guna, kala, karma, material energy. And fulfills the independent, Krishna-less desires of the living entity. Just like in this purport, Prabhupada said, that for our understanding, it is sometimes said that the Lord is situated in the heart of the thief as well as in the heart of the householder. But the super soul in the heart of the thief dictates, go and steal things from that particular house. It's not that Lord is telling somebody to go. That's why Prabhupada said, for our understanding, it is sometimes. Super soul in the heart of the thief. But because of the arrangement of the Lord, He is not direct, He is silent. In the case of the thief, or in the case of householder, who are not devotees. But His arrangement is such that, just like we say artificial intelligence, everything in the material world is set like that. That when a person desires something, then by the mercy of the Lord, seated in his heart only, he gets the matasmitri jnanam apohanam cha, he gets the intelligence. Why not go to this house, particular house, to steal today? Now, these are not personal activities of the super soul. One should understand. These are automatically carried out by his energies, kala, guna, kala and karma. But that guna, kala and karma cannot be activated unless the super soul is seated in his heart. So automatically he gets that, and the householder says, and the Lord tells the householder, now be careful of thieves and burglars. In other words, the living entity is never independent. He may think he is independent and he creates independent desires. But those independent desires are also fulfilled by the Supreme Lord. So, when we think of these things, it is important to meditate on the Supreme Lord's qualities, inconceivability, by trying to understand as much as possible. And then of glories of the Supreme Lord, naturally we cannot comprehend, but overall, by the Lord's mercy, it becomes established in one's heart that Krishna is the purpose of existence. People may think this and that, being born in different body, come and go. But ultimately, everybody is serving the will of the Lord for His anandamayobhyasat, for His scheme of absolute love. The spiritual world is a world of absolute love. This is a world of lauding, this is a world of power. The power of the Lord is more prominent in this world. The love of Lord is more prominent in the spiritual world. It's another world like this. Here people compete to become lords. Power. This world very easily is understandable. Sometimes karmis also have this realization. It's all about power. You can observe it. It's all about power. Whether it is relationship, whether it is family relationship, whether it is love, everything is power, play, camouflaged. I am the Lord of all I serve. And in this world, the Supreme Powerful, He is the Supreme Lord Himself. And He releases power to living entities according to their karma. Somebody is powerful, somebody is not powerful, somebody is very rich, somebody is not rich. All these things are arrangement of the Lord, the scheme of the Lord. He is all-powerful, even in this material world. In the spiritual world, He doesn't have to show His power like that. Spiritual world also running out of His power. But that power is all background. Sandhini Shakti, Samvit Shakti, all background for the Hladini Shakti or the Shakti that enhances the pleasure of love more and more between the devotee and Krishna, devotee and devotees, all centered around Krishna. So the atmosphere of the spiritual world is love. The atmosphere of the material world is power. In this also you see in Krishna's Leela from Vrindavan to Dwaraka. Vrindavan Leela is more of His absolute love. Dwaraka is more as powerful king. Kurukshetra, his Leela, as a friend of Arjuna, and also as the Supreme Lord who gives the transcendental knowledge of this existence. Krishna did not speak Bhagavad Gita to gopis. Karmaneva adhikaraste. No, He did not say. Just see, how. These are the things that we have to appreciate. The degree of enjoyment of this God, person, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So more and more we understand the degree of enjoyment of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We as tiny living entities. All our desires for power will be purified. Means desires will vanish. These power that we get in this material world, false ego powers, they're all like bits and pieces. Power comes today, it goes tomorrow. The power to remain in a body itself is not guaranteed. Powerless. Everyone is powerless at the time of death. And also Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I am death. As time, as kala. So repeated Shravanam should be there because His power is inconceivable, His love is inconceivable. Our way of associating with Krishna should be both ways. Because we are sadhakas. Just like we are reading Prithu Maharaj's Leelas. It's all about control. It's all about power, the power aspect of the Lord. Only in the 10th canto you'll see Krishna's Leela is coming, intimate Leelas with gopis. Till then, Vishnu's various incarnations, his activities, his glories, in terms of this material world, his creation, power, everything. There are millions of living entities, millions of devotees who also worship Krishna as Narayana in his power rasa, as his Dasa, appreciating his unlimited power, unlimited opulence. And in our parampara, a very special gift Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave is how to associate with the very confidential aspect even within the spiritual world. The highest in the spiritual world is Golokadam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The names of the Supreme Lord in Goloka Vrindavan. And is Hara. And Hara and Hari have incarnated as the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this Shabda in Srimad Bhagavatam, these Leelas described in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Shabda, which is the Shabda of the Bhaktivedanta Swami purports, they are not information, they are not mere information. The very all-powerful spiritual Shaktis are there in that. So we repeatedly read again and again and again and again. Of course, first time when we hear it is for information, because we do not know anything. Shravanam, first level of Shravanam is information. After repeated Shravanam, information is also an energy, knowledge. And as you continue, that's why repeatedly reading Prabhupada's transcendental words, Vyasadev's transcendental words, simply from information it goes to the Chinmaya Shaktis are there. Transcendental knowledge, Divya Jnana. Ordinary information is called Jnana. Then you get Divya Jnana, divine knowledge. Internal potencies of the Lord touch the one who is repeatedly hearing with faith that this Shabda is not ordinary Shabda. It appears to be like that. Just like Prabhupada says in the introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam, whether it is first canto or it is 10th canto, as far as absoluteness is concerned, they are all absolute. Within the absolute, there is gradation of rasas. But first you should understand, we should not think that the first few cantos are something less and this is more. All are absolute. Nothing less, nothing more. All are absolute. But varieties are different. Therefore, Prabhupada criticizes people who do Bhagavad Saptaha, just go and they only talk about the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. They don't see the absoluteness. They have to hear right from beginning his power aspects, his Aishwarya aspects, before going into Madhurya aspects. Because we are all contaminated with perverted power desire. Everybody in the living entity is in perverted power desire. That power desire can go only when the opposite of power is surrender. Power and surrender. We surrender to the all-powerful. That means we surrender our so-called false power. And come under the control of the supreme power. Not my small earned fruity power, life after life. Surrender. Sarvadharman panityajamam ekam sharanam braja. Forget all this, your karmic powers you forget. Don't rely on it. Surrender unto me. What power you need for serving me, I will give. It's beyond all your karma and all. I will give. Whether it is intelligence power or whether it is physical power or financial power or influential power, so many kinds of power is there. So devotee seeks loving service to the Lord, and you see that everything the Lord provides, the power. So the power aspect of the Supreme Lord serves his love aspect. Just like we see in this temple, we are always wanting to engage in devotional service. And we are always thinking in those directions, my sadhana, my this thing and all those things. Everybody's sadhana, leadership is also thinking of sadhana, leadership is thinking of, associating to the holy name, soulful japa, all this, we are putting all our efforts. At the same time, we are running a very big institution. On that aspect, only as a matter of duty we are handling. We have no anxiety. How many years this temple, how many years budgets goes on increasing year after year. So there is a power aspect which is supporting. In the material world, you cannot have an institution standing without power, without Lakshmi coming in to maintain such a big temple. But our worry is not there. Our worry is in how I can increase my love and service to the Supreme Lord, how I can serve Guru and Krishna more. So his mind is engaged in that. His mind is not engaged in lauding. So the principle that we have to observe is that Krishna's powers, two aspects of the Supreme Absolute Truth, Aishwarya and Madhurya, but his Aishwarya aspects, they support. That is what is called Ekala Ishwara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya. Everything else is serving. Lakshmi is serving. Everyone is serving. Every aspect of the Lord's energies are serving Krishna. Serving Krishna means Krishna does not want power, he is all powerful. Why Krishna wants us to surrender? Not because I am all powerful, you should not have power. No. More fundamental relationship of the Lord with the Jiva is that of love. Move away from my power aspect and just start loving me. The goal of Krishna consciousness is to awaken our love for Krishna. Whether you love Krishna, you don't love Krishna, power is always there. Power will act in its own way. The Lord's power is acting on the karmis in one way, on this material world in one way. It is acting in the spiritual world in another way. There also power is required, energy is required. There you feel love predominantly. Here we feel power predominant. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he stressed on the process of Sankirtana to awaken our love for Krishna, and everything else will automatically serve this Sankirtana. Sankirtana Yajna brings all power. Power is required. But you don't need, it's not that you are doing Sankirtana for power. You are doing Sankirtana to awaken our Krishna consciousness. We are doing Sankirtana to please Krishna. But all the powers of the Lord serve the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this particular parampara of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this very unique and special knowledge that Krishna is the source of Narayana. Krishna is the source of all Vishnu expansions. He is the Adi Purusha. So we have our perspective of super soul in our heart. We have relationship with the super soul in our heart as an internal guru, Chaitya Guru, leading us how to get detached from this world. As super soul, with the karmis, the Lord is not giving knowledge or helping karmis to become detached. That Maya's job is there. Beats them up and then sometimes he gets vairagya. But for us, continuously, he is considered to be, whenever we say Guru, we mean Guru within and Guru outside us. External manifestation of Chaitya Guru. The all-knowing Supreme Personality of Godhead. All-controlling Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is manifest as the external spiritual master. Because first we cannot transcend. And we cannot comprehend the transcendence of the Lord. So the Lord comes as the external spiritual master, a pure devotee, like Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas in the Guru Parampara. They come into this material world in order to make us understand who is this person, God, Krishna, and how to serve him. And the spiritual master, external spiritual master, is the best of the servants of the Lord. The disciples worshipping as servitor God. And Krishna is a served God. Why both are called God? Because both are in absolute plane. There is no contamination of material nature. Any questions?
Keep the intelligence in each one.
Once again.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita that I am intelligence in every human being. So in case of a thief and householder, how the super soul give the intelligence to each one?
In this example?
Yes. In case of householder and the thief, how the super soul give power to each one, intelligence power.
See, that is what I explained. Even though the Lord is transcendental to material nature, directly He does not touch matter. But through His agencies, through His energies, He has, just like if let's say you are running a factory, small example, running a factory, there are so many employees. As a managing director of the company, you are not involved in day-to-day activities. But you have set it up. Origin is you. The entire management structure, everything is set up. His objective is production. Ultimately, everybody is contribute for production, everything, etc. Rules and regulations are there, right? If somebody does well, he get a promotion, more power. Like that, the material energy itself is coded in such a manner that according to karma, that's why he said, Vinasha kale viparita buddhi. You see, it is not that, this whole thing is an artificial system set up. If today man has discovered AI, where you can ask a question and it is replying, why this system? God cannot set up this system, which is real AI. So in the second canto, you can see, in one purport, Prabhupada explains about how intelligence can be seen as the direction form of the Supreme Lord. So this is what we have to understand. Supersoul is there as a person, because without Him, nothing can function. He is the background of everything. That is why even this body cannot function without Him. So He is there. He is not there in a personal form, but He is there in that form. He is in a personal form for the sake, in a personal relationship form for the sake, only for devotees. Otherwise, He is not, then nobody has any relationship. No karmis have relationship with Prabhupada, with Super Soul. But with Super Soul's scheme of things, law of karma, all those things, Kala. Kala is governing everybody's power and powerlessness. Kala is governing everybody's buddhi and no buddhi. You understand? So, the moment, that's why it is said, the moment we turn our face and go towards Krishna, we start surrendering, immediately Super Soul is active, God is active in your life. Otherwise, He doesn't put His fingers into our life. That is the meaning of saying, Ye etamam prapadyante tam satya bhajamiham. However, karmi, whether you are non-devotee or devotee, everybody fall. Mama vartmana vartante. Mama varta manushya. What is that? Sarva. Yeah. Everybody is following his path. Following his path means what? For those who do not want to surrender, I have set a path of karma and Kala will take care of you. It is His order, His scheme of things. So a devotee starts seeing that nothing can be separated from Krishna. Just I have to change my perspective, then Krishna becomes active in my life. I become a devotee, becomes active in my life. Krishna becomes active in our life. Krishna brings one to the spiritual master. Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.